All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Prophet John here. Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so breaking news here. We have the Florida governor, Ron. Okay, he says that he's signing a bill today, which is Friday morning, okay, that will allow college athletes in the state of Florida to make money from endorsements starting next summer. So if you're in the state of Florida, this doesn't concern anybody else, okay? So it doesn't concern Nevada or California. Now California has something coming up as well. They made a ruling for their state on that players are going to be able to make money off of their name. Okay. And I'm not sure when that is though. That's like I think they said like in 3 years from now or something like that. But Florida's doing it next summer. Okay. So it doesn't pertain to any other state. Every state's gonna probably do their own stuff. I don't know why. I think Donald Trump should just do an executive order and say that NCAA college students are free to make money on their own. I know that the NCAA is a private institution, so this is gonna be weird to see how this plays out because just because the Florida governor says that it can happen in the state, the NCAA is private institution, so they don't have to recognize that, right? They can be like, no, we're private. We don't go by the laws of the state, right? We're a private institution, right? So what goes on inside this NCAA body is what we decide. Okay, not what you guys decide on the outside. So the NCAA hasn't. I don't think they've made an announcement on this yet. So, but the Florida governor is saying that look, man, any college athlete in the state of Florida has the right to make money from endorsements starting next summer. Now, for the common sense people out there, you're gonna say, why wasn't this the norm from the beginning? Yeah, it's too easy, isn't it? Right? I mean, anybody would say that, right? Why wasn't this the norm from the beginning? How dare these people literally sitting in meetings telling, deciding that amateur athletes can't make money outside of their amateur sport. Matter of fact, they can't make money at all because they don't get paid for their amateur sport, right? Even though it brings in billions and billions and billions of dollars every year, right? So what? I mean, who gives these people the right to tell somebody that's 18 years old? I mean, you could go to the military and make money and serve your country and get housing allowance and get a house and but you can't make money off your name because you're a college basketball player? Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. The fact that it took this long for people to now start to fight against it. Like, we had the Ed O'Bannons and others, Jalen Rose and others that spoke out about this in the 90s, and people were fighting this stuff in the 90s. You know what they should have done long time ago? How about a whole bunch of, maybe about 1,000 college athletes that are no longer playing college, that some of them went to the pros? Why couldn't they come together and say, you know what? Let's start our own league. Let's just bypass the NCAA and let's start our own league and let's have people sign up to our own league, college league, right? Let's have our own college leagues or have our own league for college and call it college sport, college basketball, right? We can have our own college basketball league where people are actually making money on their names. They even take a salary, right? They get to share the revenues, the revenue sharing, right? So they get to share the revenues of the television and the radio and the social media, right? Because now, back then it was a lot harder because there wasn't social media, okay, and there wasn't the internet back then. So I get how it was really difficult to start your own stuff back then. But today in 2020, you can't start your own college basketball league. Are you kidding me? Many of these college basketball players have 1 million followers on their Instagram and Twitter, and their people are watching their highlights and them talking interviews and stuff. You could have your own college basketball league league where they get paid a percentage of the revenue sharing, and they get to make money off of their Instagram, their YouTube channels. And right now, you can't even do that. You can't make money off of your YouTube channel if you're in college. Are you kidding me? That sounds like slavery. Okay. Well, you have a chance to get to the NBA. That's when you're a student here, right? Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Uh you got to be joking, right? So it's and they punish the African American leagues a lot worse than they do the non African American leagues as well. We all know that they put age restrictions on when you can leave. You know, like what are you doing, and why did we allow this? That's the crazy part, is that they manipulated this, but we allowed it as a society. It's unthinkable that a person that's 18 years old, even if you're 17 and you graduate high school, you should be able to turn pro in NFL and college when at the drop of a dime, and baseball and soccer and everything. In soccer, you can turn pro at 16, right? In places, in many countries and stuff like so. People have turned pro in soccer in 16. Why can't you turn pro in basketball after you graduate? What is the problem, right? We did have that system in there for a while, and then they took it out. They said too many play. There's just too many players falling victim to the system. Unbelievable. Okay. Without going pro after high school, there would be no Kobe Bryant, no Kevin Durant. I mean Kevin Garnett, no LeBron James, because these people weren't fit for college. So you know what I mean. And God knows what would have happened if they went to college. They could have got lost in the system of college, right? And so that's what happens to many of these players that can be pros right away. They get lost in the system of college. They go to a coach that's that's they thought that it was going to teach one way, and then all of a sudden they get there and the coach is teaching a completely different system, and they're confused, and they're struggling in the game because they can't run the system correctly, and so they were about to be a top 10 NBA pick, and now all of a sudden they're on the bench in Colorado. I mean, this is what happens to people, man, and it's every year. People that are ready to go pro have to go to college and play under some type of system they don't even have a clue about, and they go and they lose their confidence and their game struggles, and they lost a lot of money, right? Because they were going to be a top 15 draft pick, and then all of a sudden you never hear from them ever again. They drop out of school and then they go do something else, or they go play overseas or something. It's unbelievable that this is what America is. The land of the free, right? Yeah, yeah, okay. Uh, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. We're gonna see more governors do this. We're gonna see more states say you can make money off of your name. This is embarrassing, by the way, but you can make money off of your name and whatever you want, man. You're free to do that. You're not a slave. Okay. It's embarrassing that this is even going on, but you can make money off of yourself. Okay. It's unbelievable. And for all the athletes that out there that went pro, not one of you guys ever thought about starting your own college basketball league and recruiting these players into a college basketball system, and then doing a revenue sharing program, run it off of social media, get sponsored by Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, social media, and run the games through there. If the big television stations are not with you, you can run it through the social media, which everybody's on, YouTube Live and things like that. No one ever thought of that. You know what I mean? Of getting together with 100 people, 100 rich players, and just get together and start their own college basketball league, and people can get paid and make money. Why do you have to always designate yourself, or just rely on these evil people? You know they're evil, so why do you rely on them? That's the crazy part about it. Like, why do you rely on this system of evil, and Zionists, right? Why rely on this system, man, and then complain about it instead of starting your own, right? Start your own thing, do your own thing, man. Okay. So I think all states are gonna say the players can make their own money. Eventually, that's gonna happen. It's the same thing with marijuana and weed and all that stuff. Eventually, every state's gonna adopt that as well because it's embarrassing that people that I don't we don't condone that here as well. I don't smoke. I don't condone. I've never done that stuff. But the fact that people were going to prison for 15 years because they had marijuana on them. Who thought of that stuff? Oh yeah, Joe Biden. My bad. Yeah, my bad. Joe Biden. Bill Clinton, Joe Biden, the liberals. Let's lock them up. They're gonna have let's put the weed on them and we'll throw them away forever. Ronald Reagan, Joe Biden, Ronald Reagan, George Bush Senior, Clinton, even Obama. Okay, so and now I guess Donald Trump, yes, as well, because people are still being locked up for that stuff. But at least we have a lot of there's some states that are now it's legal now, right? And so I think more states are gonna have it legal, and it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous that's even going on that we allowed this to happen. We allowed this to happen with the NCAA. We allowed these people to not allow people to go professional after they turn 18, but they can go to war. We've allowed people to be arrested for having weed and all types of just normal drugs on them. Even though we don't condone that, but still, 10 years for having just some drugs, normal drugs on you. It's mind blowing. It's not right, and it's part of this demonic system that is plaguing America right now, and people are revolting against it, regardless if it's real or fake, whatever it is. People are going against systems right now. And Kim Clement said it best that there shall be a break in the system. And now he's talking about the Middle East, but it looks like it's going to be a break in the system everywhere. Looks like these systems that have been running for so long and just under control for so long, these systems are all breaking. You see it in Hong Kong and Lebanon and Iran and Iraq and all over the world. Like these in South America, like these systems are starting to break. They're starting to crater. They have holes. They have cracks in them. And the Federal Reserve System, like all these systems, is printing debt, printing. At some point, that printing press or those machines are gonna freaking get exhausted and they're gonna burn out and they're not gonna be able to print anymore. And the system will die, right? So and then we're going to have the new system. That's why they're calling for the Great Reset, right? Because they know that people are eagering for a new system. Now their new system is a new world order, but we don't want that system. We're going to reject that system, and our system is going to be gold and silver and cryptocurrencies for a short term, I guess, until we have to. Of course, we're not going to take the market of beast and anything like that, but some cryptos on the side, staking and things like that, making some passive income, some gold and silver, and whatever else that we can do, and the currency resets, of course. So yeah. Anyway, real estate, land, and things like that as well, and we'll go from there. Peace out, and also inventions. It's going to be a lot of inventions, innovations, and things like that people are going to be doing as well. Peace out. God bless. We should never have got to this point where we're treating athletes like slaves. They should be able to make money off of their YouTube channels and everything else that they do. It's unbelievable, but they did that. They did that for a reason. They wanted to control the athletes. They wanted them to make sure they do what they say, and they thought that if the athletes had millions of dollars, then they would be insubordinate. They wouldn't care. They wouldn't show up for games on time. They wouldn't do this and that, and they will think that they're running the show and not the NCAA, and that's why they did it that way. But that's evil. That's just ridiculous. That's all for control, and that's all these people care about is control. At the end of the day, it's all about control. And the New World Order is about control. The NCAA is about control. Hollywood is about control. Zionism is about control. Everything is about control when you create a system around it, and you want people to obey, right? And so the systems are cracking. And interesting because the 400-year for the U.S. Congress for the African Americans ends July 1st. And so I think I told you guys, we're going to see a lot of historic things happen between now and July 1st and right after July 1st when the 400 years are officially over. in the U.S. Congress books. I think this is going to be crazy time. I think that these systems of oppression are about to come off of many people, and they're going to be free to make money. They're going to be free to do what they want, man. It's going to be crazy times. It's going to be a crazy time, and I look forward to being here with you guys and looking to see what happens. Peace out. God bless. Eyes open, and never ever fall for this demonic system of the New World Order. Peace out. God bless. Eyes open.